Okay, so I'm making a final statement, more of a footnote. I have a actual list of things I need to talk about. I listened to the things that I said earlier. Need to fill in some of the gaps and say a couple of other things and sum it off. So here they are. I do better ad lib than this, but so my sexual rights and Dr. Borg. During my exit interview, during my custody evaluation, Dr. Borg told me my sexual rights had been violated. And it was okay for me to be who I was as a human being. And in fact, she offered to connect me with a polyamory group in town that both her and her husband, she told me, did pro bono work for these people. I did not explore that at the time. I had a different thing happening. But I always remembered that. And I've kept that in mind. Anastasia date. My experience with Anastasia date. I learned something very important. My experience with Anastasia date. And this is the same thing that it's been me looking for a caregiver. That's exactly what it's been. It's been nothing more, nothing less. It's been me looking for a caregiver. The reason why I'm looking for a caregiver is because of the trauma. It's because of the PTSD. I got a little fire here. Hang on. Got a little firefighting in the middle of the footnote addressing. I have some coffee too. So, my experience at Anastasia Day was looking for a caregiver. I didn't really realize that. I had to get this form from the VA, and I had to read the form and read about the caregiver program, and I've been going through that process because I thought I had metastatic cancer, and then I called, and they said, well, if you got a life-limiting thing like that, we can get you a caregiver right away. I got people in my family who are already paying out right now. For me being here, they're paying portions of the rent. They're paying, my dad's paying money. My brother's paying money. People are paying money out right now. They should be compensated for that. The whole point of the caregiver program that's offered through the VA is to compensate the people who are getting, who are exposed to the PTSD. It's the family ultimately is exposed to the PTSD. This is so people are compensated for that. So they don't have to go into their own pocket. And I looked at the different categories of things that were offered on the caregiver program. And what I saw was, food and nutrition. And I remember, Jesus, that was all, my whole 3 trips to Ukraine. I kept talking to Maria about nutrition and, and exercise. Like, it was so important to me. And I'm thinking, well, okay, I needed her support with that. That's what I was saying, So there's the other parts of it, but that's just the very beginning. But it really makes sense. So, codependency. The idea of codependency. The idea of codependency is making poor relationship choices because of a need. That makes sense to me. The thing is that if I was making poor relationship choices because of a need, I probably would have done something like talk to Maureen when she was still with Jay and violate that integrity, but I didn't. Not until after they were broken up. Poor relationship choice would have continued to fuck Cheryl after she fell in love with me. Because I could have used her, but that's not who I am. That's not who I am. Shirley, If I needed that relationship, I could get that from the woman that I'm married to now, because I just got married. I'm just married. Congratulate me. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I'm married to a woman that I knew as a child. We've known each other for all of our lives. She was my neighbor. She was literally the girl next door. And we're married now. If I needed somebody to do all that stuff, I would ask her to come do it. But I do need that, just not from her. Because I know if I do that, she's going to want to have sex, because that's how it's been before. And I don't want that. And I've explained that that's not going to be a part of our marriage. That's a boundary that I'm creating as a rape victim, because I don't want to be in a relationship that does not work for me. You say make poor... I have metastatic cancer. I thought I was going to die. It makes absolute sense to preserve my benefits. It makes absolute sense to have somebody to take care of my needs. I take care of my body to dispose of me. Yeah, that made sense. So, and I got the marriage certificate. I mean, it's right here in my paperwork. And that doesn't really seem to matter to these women on the dating site. They don't really care that I got married. Doesn't really matter to them at all. And I don't know why. Why is that? Why is it that they're not, here we go, right here. It says, yeah, right there. Oh, you can't see it in here. I'll take it outside. Alright. So yeah, that's my marriage license right there. And right there. That's my marriage license. That's my name right there, see? That's right. Alright, so I'm married now. I'm just married. Now, if I was making poor relationship choices, I'd just have her up here and I'd be living under the threat of rape all the time, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it different. You say codependency is having a person who supports you in your goals? I say that is contrary to everything that I know about goal setting, and I know a lot about goal setting. I've read books, and you're saying self-support, and I'm saying no. Self-support is not effective. It does not work for people. I need to be held accountable in one way or another through my goals. Having a person that I work closely with who has the same goals, same invested energy. You say, no. Actually, you don't need that. I say it's domestic violence to isolate a person. I say that it's domestic violence to control a person. I say that when you say self-support, what you're telling me is to remain alone and isolated. That's what I hear. And I don't know why other people don't understand that. Why would I do that? Why is my government, the people around me, why is my government using what is clearly domestic violence by isolating in order to control? I don't know. So I have a backup. If I can't pursue this federally, I can go back to Portland. And there is something I can do in Portland. There's a couple of different things I can do in Portland. You see, slander, that has a statute of limitations on it, so whatever. Slander is one of these things that once it's invaded and infected everything, you can't really get away with it. I know a lot about psychology. Why don't I just fucking trigger those fucking people? Why don't I just surveil them? Why don't I just trigger them, surveil them, and watch them rattle their fucking lips? And I can record it, depose them, and fucking sue their asses, motherfucker! Because slander doesn't go away. There's no real statute of limitations on that bullshit. Andrea Schneider. My lawyer told me I should sue Andrea Schneider. She's the person who brought up my business. She said that should have never happened. Even if I'm a drug dealer, you can't bring that up. It's against the bar. You'll lose her fucking law license over that. So not only was I dealing with slander, I was dealing with dirty fucking lawyers, breaking the fucking law. No wonder I got such goddamn bad PTSD. And then you're gonna say, that's this thing, not that. Fuck you, I know what it is. You don't tell me what it is, I know what it is. I know where the trauma is. You don't define that, I do. After I came back from Ukraine and broke up, Kathy Murphy came to live with me, along with her daughter. Kathy Murphy and I had sex. Kathy Murphy and I were together for a short little period of time. Then I walked out on her. The reason why I left her is because, again, I didn't want to have sex with her. That was me getting out of a relationship that was not suitable for me. Not being in a relationship that's not suitable for me. I'm demonstrating. Okay. And the reason why I'm reaching out to contact people at this point, why I gotta speak, is because this is a worldwide problem. I once thought this problem was isolated just to the United States. There's a connection between Anastasia Date and the social discovery ventures. I was able to find the connection between those two things on the wiki entry of the Anastasia website, which brought me to social discovery ventures. We got a little robot holding a big Hulk with a chain around its neck. What's a robot? Doesn't feel? Oh, yeah. Really smart? Oh, yeah. What's the big dumb ox behind her? A human being. The people of Nikolaev, where these websites came from, not a lot of people know about this. They're cannibals. I'm not saying they're cannibals now, I'm saying they've been cannibals before. What's left over is the strongest and the fittest. During the grain riots, they surrounded the city. There was no food let in. They had to survive off what they had, and when everything was gone, they started eating themselves. That's history. That happened. I'm just saying, I don't know what that means. I'm just saying that's something. The city of wives, the center of all of this. And now there's a worldwide expansion. They're reaching out to other countries, other continents. And here we go. It's like a global explosion of psychopathy. I call that terrorism. To me, this is the same thing as ISIS. It's all about rape. Caliphates are about rape. It's the same fucking thing. It's just a bunch of women wanting the same thing a bunch of guys wanted before. It's the same exact fucking thing. Wanting a bunch of goddamn slaves, a little robot with a big Hulk. That's a caliphate. It's a goddamn religious war. There's this idea that Tanya and Naomi should just be believed because they're women. Tanya's a proven liar. There's direct contradiction. She's telling the people around her different things than she's meaning. There's evidence of that, direct evidence. So you have a liar, and then you have somebody who's turned on by me and wants me, working with a liar. And you're gonna say, we should believe them. Why should you believe them if they lack integrity? I will tell you that I was blamed. I said no, that was my mistake, and because of that, I was fucking sentenced to goddamn 10 years of hard labor and fucking slavery at the end. What? No, sorry, that's not gonna happen. You see, this is the thing. All this bullshit that we have going on right now, I'm just going to walk away from all this. And the reason why I'm just going to walk away from all this is because I already know what Gandhi said about it. It's going to be taken care of. I don't have to deal with it. It's going to just happen. This was all happening to me before this fucking COVID shit, before all you people started showing your colors, before all this fucking strategy for this election worked out. Oh, man. And then using somebody else's pain. Portland, Oregon is a city filled with white people. Look it up on Wikipedia. They'll say that and the surrounding areas are considered perfect territory for setting up a white supremacy. And then these people are screaming and hollering about black rights, but there's no black people in that town. Not many. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. So screaming and hollering about black rights, why are they doing that? There's nobody in their town. Oh, well, global consciousness, no, okay. Yet they're calling everybody else white supremacists. So, if you defend yourself in this society, they'll call you a bad name, and that bad name could get you fired, killed. This is just like Nazism. It's the exact same fucking thing. The difference is the graveyards now, the concentration camps. That's your homeless system. It's not the Jews. It's the disabled and the men. Not because we're weak, we should just be killed, right? That's how the Nazis did it. They started out with the disabled. The gypsies, the people that didn't belong. All of this. It's just like Nazism. And well, there was a time in this world where fucking Nazi flags were flying everywhere, man. Let me assure you, none fly today. And then when there was a time when the Third Reich was the extreme power and you fucked with them, you ended up dead. We hunted every single one of those motherfuckers down. Now, I don't know what's coming in the future, but I'm knowing I'm getting the fuck out of here and doing my own thing. There's big shit going on. That's why I'm talking. That's why I'm talking, is because there's big shit going down and I'm trying to get to the right people. Hopefully you're the right people. And the American people can decide for themselves. Save us all.